Welcome everyone to the March 11th meeting of the Metroplex Board of Directors. Welcome. First item on our agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes of the February 12th meeting. I have a motion. Sharon, second. Brad, changes, discussion, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next up is our treasurer's report.
Instead of reviewing the usual monthly report, which we only have 2 months of activities, I'm going to summarize the report made by Bob Crystal, who met with the Fiscal Audit Committee on Wednesday, March 4th. He reviewed the financial statement for the authority for the period ending December 31st, 2019. Members of the committee already have the report. We have extra copies for anyone that wants one. I just want to hit some of the highlights. The sales tax were the highest ever accrued by Metroplex at $9,462,961, which is 8.7% higher than 2018. We also generated additional income of $217,000 from other sources. Mostly those are the management fees we derive from the land bank, the IDAs, the CRC. So it was an exceptional year in terms of income. Our operating expenses of just over $1 million was less than 2018 and well within our 2019 budget. Overall, our net revenues before projects increased by 16% from 2018, and our project investments totaled $8.5 million in 2019, which exceeded 2018, which was at $7.3 million. So a very robust year in terms of project spending. Cash on hand at the end of the year was $1,496,000, and our bond obligations now stand at $46,375,000. The 2010 bonds will be fully paid in August of this year, and our restricted bond funds will cover those payments. So if you have any questions about this report, Bob's report, Paul Sheedy's in doing the audit this week, so they'll be completing that tomorrow. So they've been looking at Bob's materials as well. So if you have any questions, Karen would be happy to answer them.
I'm sorry, I was 1 minute late.
That's okay. We have a motion to accept the treasurer's report. Sharon, thank you. Second by Bob. Discussion. I just want to, for members of the public that are watching on cable access, all of these reports, our financial audits, our financial statements are all on our website under a category called reports. So check it out. Any comments from members of the board on this?
I just want to say that the staff's done a phenomenal job in pulling all of this together once again this year, and Bob Crystal, I think, does a fantastic job. So I think that it's important that we maintain good fiscal health, and we have it with the team that we have in place.
Any other comments? Seeing none, we'll call a question. All those in favor of adopting the treasurer's report, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. We'll move on to a number of resolutions tonight. The first one deals with our friends and our partners at the DSIC. We'll ask Shane to summarize.
This is our annual support for DSIC's cleanup program in downtown Schenectady. As you know, DSIC has expanded their district to now include Little Italy, Broadway from Clinton Street to the I-890 overpass, and Erie Boulevard from Union Street to the Knott Street roundabout. So they have a bigger area to cover. They are looking for a small increase in the Metroplex support of $25,000. So that would bring our grant to $275,000 for the year. So larger physical area to cover, which means there's going to be higher cost, but we've been very pleased working together with Jim Salengo and his staff of 6 people who work just on the cleanup part of the program. Working with our subcontractors, Cody Barstead, and with the city to try to keep the downtown clean, neat, and safe every single day of the year.
Motion accepted. Sharon, second by Karen. I just wanted to thank the DSIC for all the hard work for the staff. Again, one of they do many things. One of the things I appreciate is their weekly newsletter, which comes by email on Wednesday. It tells you everything that's happening downtown. I encourage members of the public who are watching to sign up and get it. It's very well done. It's very convenient. It's easy to read. It's very easy for people who are technically challenged like me to look at it. If they go to the DSIC website, Jim, you could get information.
Yeah, downtownsconnectedy.org. If you scroll, you'll see sign up for the newsletter. Right?
Sign up for the newsletter. It's very easy to do, but we have about 4,000 subscribers, I think, at last.
Yeah, at least.
So we want to keep building that. So it's a good message for you as board members to spread to friends, neighbors, family, business associates, coworkers. We've blasted this out to city, county, the hospitals, the major employers. You know, here's a really easy way for your employees to get a blast every week that tells them literally everything that's going on at the clubs, restaurants, movies, other entertainment downtown. So, any other comments or questions on this?
I just personally, and I think it's great, I actually rely on it a couple times a week. I take a glance at it just to see, what have I missed, where should I go, you know, what's going on.
And we're actually, just to mention, we're in the process of getting it updated and upgraded a little bit, so it's going to be formatted for mobile a lot better and everything. So that should be rolled out in the next 20
Close.
Any other comments or questions?
I have to say that, Jim and his team did a phenomenal job in doing the expansion. And, the people in Little Italy, there's a little bit of grumbling, but when they really figured out what was gonna be the benefit to them, they were extremely happy with joining the DSIC. So, kudos to Jim and his team.
Any other comments? Seeing none, we'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Thank you. Next up, we go to our very successful lighting project on J Street. We're looking to enhance it and add to the success. I'm going to ask Jamie to summarize.
Right, we've gotten such good feedback on the lighting project on J Street with the overhead catenary lights that we wanted to really complete the rest of pedestrian J Street. So we're calling it phase 3, $165,000 to extend 850 linear feet of lighting overhead. So it kind of comes from the big tree in the center of the street, right near Synthesis, towards City Hall at Franklin Street. So we've got the plans all set. We're really ready to go on this. We have the same team that we used on the first 2 phases, which have worked very, very well with Place Alliance, TWA, and Schenectady Hardware and Electric, helping us on both the design and the implementation. Again, we've gotten great feedback on it. It looks terrific at night. We've had very few problems with the lights, knock on wood. So we're ready to kind of complete the job at this point.
A motion on this, and a second, Karen, second, Sharon. A few of the business owners, property owners were hesitant to sign up. We saw the initial work as kind of a test model, and now really everyone's coming on board. And I want to thank Jamie and Jennifer. Jennifer's put a lot of hard work into this and talking to the business owners. And once people saw how good it looked, some were hesitant at first about participating, but I think we have pretty much everybody on board now. There isn't any holdouts. So we're able to really complete the street canopy. We are trying to include funding for a canopy light system like this for Little Italy in the J connector. That's part of the DRI. We're hoping that scores well and becomes part of the final DRI project, but we think the second phase of this would work really well in J Street as we connect J back to Knott Street, where it should have been connected all along before the railroads came in and blocked the access. So that's an update for on lighting. And the rest of the lighting downtown, the fact that we have the garage, that we have City Hall, that we have the Amtrak station, that we have the bridge over State Street, and soon the bridge over Erie Boulevard, and Amtrak and the folks at the state working with the city and Jamie we hope to go live in April, right?
That's right.
On the light, the big Amtrak black ugly bridge that crosses Erie will be lit up, we hope, late April of this year. So, and again, all the lights can be synchronized. On Valentine's Day, they were all red, and on and on, so it works out very well. Any other questions or comments on lighting? Seeing none, we'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next up, we go to Rotterdam for a project on Curry Road.
You might remember this is where the recovery room's located on Altamont Avenue. They closed. We now have a replacement tenant coming in, Doc in the Box healthcare provider moving in. We'd like to be able to provide a sales tax exemption and continuation of the pilot. You can see it's more than $1 million investment in the property. Keeps it occupied. It's a great location, and want to continue the payment, the pilot payments for the entire facility. Berkshire Bank is the other tenant in the building now, and they are financing the project.
A motion on this? Nancy, second by Brad. Any discussion?
All the recovery rooms seem to be closing.
In talking to the owners, they're trying to, keep them at locations where they have a hotel. One of their, they have a chain of hotels, so they really want them to be there. This one did well when it opened, it leveled off a bit, and it's a great corner. We don't want it to be vacant. And they are transitioning into a medical facility, and just as similarly as the Malozzi's banquet house across the street is transitioned into a senior daycare facility. So that you kind of have transitions like this that occur, and the key for us is we want to see jobs in there, we want to see tax base, we want to see activity versus, and again, it replaced the horror show that was at that corner, and much improved from what it was, so. Any other questions or comments?
Is this is a continuation of the same pilot that was originally for recovery?
Yeah, we continued the same pilot, and it just moves forward. We have a new tenant, so it's a good deal for the taxpayers. Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, we'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? No, thank you. We have a number of compliance issues that follow, and we'll ask Jamie to walk us through.
Right, so the first one is we're looking to amend our personnel policy. We talked about this at the fiscal audit committee meeting last week. There's really two changes that we're making. One is there's a disability insurance policy that we're buying for all employees of the authority. Been talked about for a long time, been discussed at committee for more than a year. Maureen really took the effort, working with Todd, who helped us enormously with examining different policies. So that's now part of the employee benefits. The second item was to add paid family leave as another benefit for employees. The key provision there is while there's a deduction from employee salaries, that when paid family leave goes into effect, which we've been using for David Hogenkamp with the birth of his new daughter recently, that Metroplex gets reimbursed for while we're paying the employee while they're out for a few weeks. So those are very beneficial. Committee reviewed it, recommended its adoption, and we're looking for you to approve the amended personnel policy.
Motion on this? Karen, second Nancy. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next, another policy compliance issue.
Right, this is another one with the property disposition policy. Again, the committee recommended its adoption to the changes. We realized, working with our attorneys, that our policy was more restrictive than required by state law. Policy or property transactions of less than $100,000 were being treated the same as any transaction above $100,000. So we've been able to loosen up, makes it a little bit easier to comply with the law. It still has to come to the board, still has to be approved, there's still notification with the ABO, but it just makes it a bit easier. So again, we're looking to approve the amended property disposition policy, and we're adopting the 2019 property report, which needs to be filed with the ABO at the end of the month.
Motion. Aaron, second by Brad. Discussion.
Is there any, are we gonna normally try to update ourselves with this and like reach out to them to find out what we can and can't do? I mean, as far as, making sure that we're in compliance, but as far as we're not overextending ourselves.
Yeah, there's regular guidance memos that the ABO puts out. We hadn't changed this policy in 6 or 7 years, and it was, you may remember last year, we had a series of small transactions that took place, and that's actually when the attorneys alerted me that we were kind of doing way more than we needed to.
Right, not to restrict ourselves or not go.
Yeah. So it just makes it a little bit easier. The law isn't intended to be that. Again, the spirit of the law is to report these transactions when they take place, not really to make it difficult when we're trying to dispose of the property.
And again, just for the public's benefit, when we sell any property, we have to give 90 days notice to the state and be transparent, which we always are. We notify folks about everything we're doing, and we have to put it out there for a 90-day kind of public look and disclose the appraised value and the fact that we're selling it at appraised value, things like that. So this doesn't change any of those parts of the policy.
That's correct.
Those all stay in compliance. good comment. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, we'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next, we have a series of resolutions, which I think are annual updates that are due to the.
That's right. These are our annual kind of housekeeping. These are all policies that need to be, that are on the Metroplex website. They are reported back to the ADO on March 31st, along with our audit, whole series of compliance issues. Customarily, we take one motion and second to approve the next grouping of resolutions from 1391 through 1397. None of the policies have changed. They're all the same as they have been in prior years.
Motion on it, Sharon, second, Karen. Any discussion, comments? Again, we look at these every year. These tend to be more static year to year.
And they're all on the website.
They're all on the website.
Everything's placed there. We'll just update dates on the policies, which Jennifer will make sure it's updated later this week.
Great. All those in favor of adopting these set of compliance items, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next up is another compliance item regarding the 5-year capital plan.
The 5-year plan is required under the Metroplex statute. That we present the plan to the board. We attach it in the materials. It really has not changed materially from last year or the year before, but it is a requirement under the statute. It does get presented to the county legislature upon adoption by the Metroplex board. We kept it as Sharon and Karen and Brad know from different committee meetings when we really changed the entire approach to the 5-year plan. And it addresses all the property that Metroplex owns. So it's a good approach. It's been working for us, and so it addresses all of our current properties.
Motion on this. Brad, you want to make that? Thank you, Sharon. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of adopting resolution 1398-20, say aye.
Aye.
We come to the public comment part of the meeting. Anyone from the public want to make a statement? Jim, would you like to say anything?
Yeah,
Just line go for the
Very
public.
briefly. I just want to take an opportunity to thank the Metroplex Board for your ongoing support of our efforts, and particularly this year, as Jamie mentioned earlier, for the first time in our history, we've expanded and our service area. And the reason, of course, we have to do that is because the amazing work that you do redeveloping downtown. I mean, Ray, Jamie, Jen, David, everybody here, fantastic to work with. So we've already gotten our crews out in those new areas doing baseline cleans. We've got new flowers coming in. We've got new holiday decorations. So you're going to be seeing a lot of really positive changes and things coming in those areas. So again, thanks for your ongoing support. If you ever have any questions, feel free
Jim, I do
to.
have a question. So this,
Yeah.
this comes right when you get off of 890? That's
Yeah.
always been a trouble spot. Does it go that far down now, Broadway? Or where
Exit
does it
5
go?
there?
Yes.
Yes, we go, where Marcella's is, and
Right.
where the mobile station is. Yes, that whole area. And we actually, Jamie and I and a few other already started having conversations about some things we can try to clean that up a little bit. So, yep, that's
That's an important
that's
thing.
very important.
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No other comments from the public? Any comments from the board? I have one comment. We're all concerned about the coronavirus. A lot of activity today, a lot of colleges closing. Our DRI meeting tomorrow night has been canceled. I've asked Jamie and Maureen, our CFO, to take a look at our spending, of course, with the concern about sales tax revenues perhaps dropping, taking a look at really everything that we do, and kind of coming back to our committees and the board with kind of an emergency reaction to this crisis that seems to be out there, and we just want to be prepared for it. We've had strong growth, we've had strong sales tax revenue growth. We've benefited from that. We just need to be, kind of be very cautious and prudent right now as people start to respond to this health situation. So we'll have probably more to say at next month's meeting, but we'll keep the board posted on that. Right now, we're still planning to go full speed ahead. Any other comments from the board? Neil, thanks for joining us tonight by phone. It shows your commitment to Metroplex, which has been there since day one, and you're traveling on business today, but you took the time out of your schedule to participate by phone, and we appreciate that.
Thank you very much. I wouldn't miss it. Congratulations to you guys. The sales tax really was great, and very proud of what the DCIS is doing downtown to keep our downtown clean. I don't think there's another downtown city in this area that's as clean as ours, and we really ought to highlight that.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it. Any other comments? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Thank you. Second, and everyone, stay healthy and enjoy the evening.
Thank you. Thank you.